Hey, Rabbi Cantor, how are you? Hello, everybody.
Good evening. It's great to see the Brownsteins.
It's great to see everybody. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah to you. We've seen
Happy
you.
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
Should we just start or?
One sec.
Okay.
Let's wait 1 minute.
Okay.
Just smile to everybody that is watching us now on Facebook Live. We are live to the whole world.
Wow.
Do they all know how to get here?
Well, they know. They knew that you were going to be the hosts tonight. So people are here outside Rodef.
No, I mean,
Where are the Brownsteins? Where are the Brownsteins?
Know how to get here.
All the people who Hashem wants here know how to get here, right?
Yes. Very good.
You're not muted, Charlie. Evan, I remember when you brought your children to Minyan
That's
when they
what I
were
said.
about 6 days old.
I said when
Yes.
they were still facing backwards, in their car seat, not at the same time because they're not the same age, but definitely still facing backwards in the car seat for sure.
Oh, yeah. They came right in the car seats to Minyan.
Great memories.
Yep, we loved it.
They really are. They're awesome. Thanks
And we love
for reminding us.
Yeah, well,
All right, Marcy's getting her candles ready. My candles are ready. We'll go get our baby.
We need all the menorah today. Everything. Full of light.
Everybody in the congregation remembers when you were very little. Now you're only kind of little.
Full of light from the Brownstein's home.
Bubba, you want to turn off the kitchen light?
It's a ray of light coming from your home.
Baruch Hashem. That's these two. Bring Adonai's light into the world.
Okay.
Should we start now?
Do you want to start, Penelope?
I want to light the menorah. I don't know
Okay.
if I want to start, but I want to light.
Let's wait 1 second. You tell us, Marcy, when you're ready.
I'm almost there. Sorry. I was
Okay, there is no rush. You know that we have till dawn to light the
right.
so it's okay.
Well, but the kids want to get going, right, kids?
We're supposed to light it when it's darkest night.
It is.
All right. I'm almost ready, kids. I'm almost there. All right, guys. I'm ready when you're ready.
All righty. All right, people. So I'll light the shamash, and you'll use the shamash to light the rest of the candles?
Mhm.
All right.
But you'll put the shamash back in.
Yes.
I like this menorah because the shamash is over.
That's why we chose this one. And usually we light menorahs for everyone in the family, but just to make sure there were no drop candles or accidental burns while we were live on Facebook, we're going with one menorah for the whole household tonight.
Okay.
And what we learned during while we were studying on Hanukkah is that there was some discussion that do you light 8 candles on the first night and then decrease one for every night, or do you light 1 candle on the first night and then increase every night? And that was the House of Hillel does the 1 candle and then increase. And the reason why that we loved was because you always increase in holiness rather than decrease in holiness. And we're always moving closer to the light of the Mashiach rather than decreasing from the light of Mashiach.
Because lighting 1 candle means that it was a great day, but the next day you can bring even more light.
Very good.
Very nice.
Very nice, Pete.
Nicholson, something to say?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Kiddush Hanukkah Mitzvah V'tzivanu Lahadlik Ner Shel Hanukkah Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim l'avoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Okay, all right. And then a little bit of we can sing Ma'od Tzor, a little bit of funny family history on Ma'od Tzor. When I would sing this with my dad and my mom and my sisters and my grandparents, it was kind of like one of those rock songs from the 70s where I kind of knew the words, but I mispronounced every word. So now I go by the Nicholson probably know all the words, but I have to read them still. Ready?
Mhm.
Ma'od Tzor Yeshuati L'chana El Shabeach Tikon Beit Tefilati L'sham Toda Nizabeach Li'etahin Matbeach Mitzor Kamen Abeach Hazegmor, Bashir Mizmor, Hanukkah HaMizbeach. Hazegmor, Bashir Mizmor, Hanukkah HaMizbeach. You guys want to do another song? Do Hanukkah?
Yeah, sure.
All right, you lead. So
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party. We'll all dance the hora. Gather around the table. We'll give you a treat. Sivivon to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning bright. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. But you want to teach everybody how to play gambling dreidel?
So this Hanukkah, we were playing a normal game of dreidel, and I was thinking about I don't know, like the Wheel of Fortune or something. And I decided to kind of combine them together to make a game called Gambling Dreidel, where if you spin, get a gimel, which I actually got, you get 2 points. If you spin, get a nun, then your turn ends. If you spin and get a hay, then you get 1 point. If you spin and get a shin, you lose all your points for that turn. And you can like if you keep getting gimels and hays, you can keep going and keep getting points. But even if you have like 9 points, if you get a shin, then you lose all of it for that turn. Or you could just end your turn and it goes to your total number of points.
And how many points was it? Is it 8 points wins for 8 nights of Hanukkah, or 10 points wins because 10 is a minion?
10. Or if it's late at night, 5.
And Sweeto, do you want to share another one of our Hanukkah traditions that you have in your hand?
On Hanukkah, we always read the Ziz Hanukkah story about the Ziz being a greedy bird that hoards oil but then shares.
Do you want to read it for us?
Sure. Since the beginning of time, animals have felt sad at summer's end, when night comes earlier and earlier each day. No one was sadder than the Ziz, a gigantic yellow bird with huge red wings and a purple feathered forehead, who lived on the top of a mountain. When the days were short, the Ziz didn't feel sleepy at sunset. Even worse, the Ziz couldn't see to make his dinner. He couldn't tell if he was picking up a cucumber or an ear of corn. Yuck, says the Ziz. I hate cucumbers.
The Ziz decided he needed light in the evenings, but where could he get it? I know, the Ziz flapped his wings and Dan came up with good ideas. I'll get some fireflies. The Ziz flew into a warm, wet place and chased fireflies with a net. But when he got them back to his nest, they wouldn't glow. What's wrong? Cried the Ziz. We don't like being squished together in this net, Firefly said. Let us out and we'll share our lights. That sounds fair, the Ziz said. He opened the net and all the fireflies flew away. Wait, the Ziz called. The fireflies were gone. He needed another idea. I know, the Ziz said. I'll get some lanternfish. They can't fly away. The next night, he stood in the ocean. The Ziz was so huge, the water only came up to his knees. As soon as he saw the bright lights of the lanternfish, he scooped them up into a pot. Give me light, the Ziz commanded. No, the lanternfish said, we don't like it in here. The Ziz begged for hours, but the fish refused to share their lights. He needed another idea. A full moon peeked out from under the clouds. Then it disappeared. That's it, said the Ziz, flapping its wings. I'll catch the moon. He flew up into the sky with a huge piece of rope and tugged and tugged. The Ziz was the biggest bird on earth, but couldn't budge the moon. What am I going to do? The Ziz said as he plopped back down in his nest, discouraged. He had done everything he could on his own. It's time to ask God for help. The next day, the Ziz flew to Mount Sinai, the special place where he always talked with God. I can't see to eat my dinner, the Ziz complained. You're right, God's big voice rumbled through the clouds. These days are short this time of year. Will you fix it? No, God said firmly, but I can make it easier to bear. A bolt of lightning hit the ground. The Ziz turned around to see a lamp filled with oil. What's this? The Ziz asked. Take it home, God commanded, and see. That evening, the oil lamp burned brightly. The Ziz could see to eat his dinner, and he fluffed up the bed in his nest. He could even read himself a bedtime scroll. Light, light, a flicker, flame, or spark makes my heart happy in the dark. The Ziz watched the lovely flame for hours, singing and smiling, but he wasn't the only one. Raccoons, foxes, hedgehogs, rabbits, owls, and other little animals crept closer and closer each night. They needed something to brighten up the long, dark hours, too. One night, the Ziz saw 50 pairs of eyes enjoying the beautiful lamp. No, the Ziz squawked. It's mine, it's mine. The Ziz was so upset, couldn't sleep in the morning. He grabbed his light and took off to find another place to live. He flew over mountains, he flew over trees, he flew over valleys, he flew over seas. In the afternoon, the Ziz stopped to rest to see a magnificent stone building. Two men were talking outside. The Ziz snuck closer to listen. The war is over. The holy temple has been scrubbed from top to bottom. It's time for rededication. Let us light the menorah and celebrate. But Judah, the other man said, we only have enough oil to last one day. How long will it take to make more? Judah asked. 8 whole days. We can't wait, Judah decided. The menorah must be lit now. The other man walked back inside. Judah Maccabee sat down on the stone steps and put his head in his hands. Ziz watched, feeling sad. Did God know about this? The Ziz flew off to Mount Sinai, carrying his lamp. Guess what? The Ziz poked his purple feathered head into heaven. There's a man named Judah at your holy temple. He needs oil for the menorah. You don't have to tell me, God answered. I know everything. Are you going to help him? No, God said. You are. Me? Ziz shook his purple feathered head. Sometimes God was confusing. What can I do? God sighed. It sounded like the wind groaning in a storm. Don't you have any ideas? No, I don't. The Ziz hopped up and down. That's why I'm asking. God was silent for a few moments. Have you thought about sharing? Sharing? What can I share? The oil in your lamp, God said quietly. No, the Ziz cried. I want my light. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. The Ziz flew away from Mount Sinai without saying goodbye. He had never disobeyed God before, but God had never asked him to do anything this hard. Mine, the Ziz sobbed. My. Ziz was crying so much he couldn't see in the dark. He was headed straight for the holy temple, about to crash into the ceiling. But at the last second, Ziz saw a 7-branch menorah shining through the open door. Whoops! He swerved and hit the temple steps instead. Ziz tiptoed up to the front door. He watched the light dancing on the temple. Pretty, he cooed. Yes, it is, said a small squeaky voice. Ziz bent his long neck down to look. A family of mice stood at the temple door enjoying the menorah. Their faces were happy until the light started to sputter and fade. What's happening? The baby mouse cried, frightened. The father mouse shook his head. The menorah is running out of oil. Oh no, Ziz said. He picked up his beautiful lamp and looked at it sadly. Who can help? The baby mouse asked. I can, Ziz said. He tried to walk through the temple door, but he bumped his head. Ziz was too big to fit. We'll take it for you, the mice said. Together, the mouse family dragged the oil lamp up to the menorah. An owl flew in and helped them. Soon the light was burning as brightly as before. Ziz jumped up and down, flapping his wings. It's beautiful, the most beautiful light ever. Bright days and nights. The mouse family helped Ziz share oil with the Maccabees. On the 9th day, Judah rushed to the temple steps with a jar of oil. It's a miracle, the light is still burning. Ziz picked up his lamp and flew back to his nest. All day he mopped up on his mountaintop. What would he do when it got dark? There was only a little bit of oil left in his lamp. But at sunset, the Ziz had a surprise. His lamp was brighter than ever. The Ziz could see to make his dinner, could fluff his bed, and read his scrolls. Everything just how it had been before, except that night when the hedgehog, the fox, the raccoon, and all the little animals tiptoed up to his home. The Ziz invited them in. Together they watched a lovely flame dancing in the darkness. Light, light, a flicker, a flame, or spark. Makes my heart happy in the dark. The end.
Wow,
Well done.
amazing.
Proud of you.
Beautiful reader.
Thank you.
Honey, how old are you?
I'm almost 10. It's a real age.
You read so well. I'm very,
Thank you.
very impressed.
Thank you.
You go to Berkeley, I see on your shirt. Well, okay,
Yeah.
at least your parents are getting their money's worth out of
Can you
that.
show us
Okay.
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem.
Evan, which book are you reading?
Which book am I reading? We're reading Apples in the Orchard. And we're reading Rabbi Nachman, how Rabbi Nachman celebrates Shabbos.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let me say very quickly that the festival of Hanukkah that we are going to, we are celebrating for the last 8 nights requires Pirsumei Nisa, so requires publicizing the miracle. And as you know, it's not enough to light the menorah privately when it can be seen only by the members of the family. We are commanded to light the candles where everyone can see them. And they are usually lit in a window facing the street, the same way that you have it lit right now, Brownstein family. And one of the things that happened in the times of the Hanukkah miracle was that there were some Jews that wanted to be like the Greeks. They wanted to forget about their traditions and their extremely rich history. Really, it was a fight between those who were called Hellenists and the Hasidim. Like you, Evan, you're a Hasid, and your kids are Hasidim.
Baruch Hashem.
Yeah.
Well, the miracle isn't the miracle of the oil. Well, that is a big miracle. But the miracle is that we are still Jewish today.
Yes, you're really very right. And I just want to finish saying that one of the Hanukkah messages is that we don't need to be ashamed about who we are. We don't need to hide our identities. On the contrary, if our neighbors ask about the menorah, we can explain to them what Hanukkah is all about. So when we light the menorah in a place that everybody can see it, we are telling everybody that a Jewish family, proud of their Jewish heritage, live there. And I know that the Brownstein family, you are very proud of being Jewish, and that you are very proud of how great your kids are. And they are real. So today we have all the candles lit. You have really light in your house.
And we're proud of our congregation. We're proud members of Rodaf Shalom, which has been a wonderful Jewish home for us. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rabbi Cantor. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. So which one is going to be the last song of Hanukkah?
You want to do
Have a little dreidel.
a little dreidel or
Yeah.
dreidel? All right. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay, and when you're dry and ready, oh, dreidel, I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made you out of clay, and when you're dry and ready, oh, dreidel, I shall play.
I don't know any more words to the song.
That's great. That's great. Hanukkah Sameach.
Chag Sameach,
Chag
Hanukkah
Sameach.
Sameach.
Happy Hanukkah. Thank you very much for
Happy
hosting
Hanukkah.
us.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
We're gonna play
For
dreidel.
Happy
some
Hanukkah.
Penelope.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy
Happy
Hanukkah,
Hanukkah.
everyone.
Bye.
Happy Hanukkah. Oh.
Happy Hanukkah, Yael.
She's saying Happy
Happy
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
That's great.
Yawning. Sleepy girl.